Prime Minister Narendra Modi today attended Christmas service at the historic Cathedral Church of the Redemption in New Delhi. The morning service featured special prayers, hymns, carols and readings celebrating Christmas. A special prayer for the Prime Minister was also offered. The Prime Minister has been celebrating Christmas with Christian community over the years, while it sent out a strong message of Sabka Saath. The Christian outreach has irked the opposition. The Congress has accused the PM of putting up a great farce by pretending to show love for Christians. Meanwhile, Kerala Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan has also accused the Sangh organizations of attacks on Christmas celebrations across India, including in Kerala. This comes amidst disruptions by some right-wing groups in Assam, for example.
Sir, we are so glad to have you in our community this morning.
Meanwhile, Catholic Bishops' Conference of India President Archbishop Andrew Stasat has, on Christmas Eve, appealed to Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Home Minister Amit Shah and Chief Ministers of various states to ensure strict enforcement of law and extend proactive protection to Christian communities across the country. My colleague Pallavi Ghosh is joining us with more on this. There is no denying that there have been several instances, Pallavi, that should irk not just the state governments, but law and order is obviously under their subject. But it could be a matter for central consideration as well, because many of them are happening in BJP-ruled states.
Yes, and if you go by the constitution, Shivani, it very clearly says that everyone has the right to freedom of religion. You can practice your faith, any religion that you are pursuing, and no one can stop you from doing so. And that is also a denial of your constitutional rights. I think the Prime Minister, when he went to the cathedral today, early this morning, to offer his Christmas prayers, that was a kind of messaging he wanted also to send across, very silently but very strongly, to all those who are trying to disrupt the Christmas celebrations across the country, especially in BJP-ruled states, that when I am following this custom, when we think that all of us should celebrate and respect all religions, and why should these kind of disruptive activities be taking place? As you've been rightly pointing out, Shivani, it hasn't cut much ice with many of the opposition-ruled states. They see Prime Ministers going to a cathedral only as a kind of a photo opportunity, as a pretense, because unless you don't come out with a stern warning and stop Bajrang Dal and many of the other BJP state units on the BJP-ruled states, then, the Prime Minister is not walking the talk as far as, say, trying to stop people from disrupting Christian celebrations. Celebration of religion, the rights of the minorities, has now become a huge flashpoint between the BJP on one side and the opposition parties on the other. So whether it's the Congress, whether it's the Trinamool Congress, or whether it's the left parties, all of them have made this charge against the BJP that they specifically target the minorities. The minorities in our country are very, very insecure.
Right. As far as, this entire move by the Prime Minister is concerned, Pallavi, also take us through, as we have been mentioning, that this isn't the first time. While the opposition may accuse him of, putting up just a kind of a cursory message, he has been on many occasions interacting with the Christian community, but also taking their concerns on board and celebrating, for example, their biggest festival, Christmas, with them.
I remember when this whole controversy was happening over the Waqf board, there were representatives from the minority community, which is the Muslims, who would come to meet the Prime Minister. He would hear them out. Periodically, the Prime Minister also has met representatives of the Bishops' Conference as well, because he also hears them out. But this is exactly the question which the opposition parties are saying. Are your meetings only restricted to photo opportunities? Do they mean nothing on the ground? Because how is it if the Prime Minister himself is wanting to send out a message that I respect all religions, I'm ready to meet, and I am meeting all religious representatives to get their inputs on multiple matters? Why is it that on the ground this message has not gone down as far as the BJP workers or its ancillary units like the Bajrang Dal is concerned? Is the Prime Minister playing the good cop, bad cop? That's the question which the opposition parties are asking.
Right. Well, obviously, as far as these organizations on ground are concerned, they have placed some misplaced anger against Christmas celebrations when their main issue is about proselytizing activities that are run by missionaries, for example, in India. But let's also listen in to what members of the opposition are saying on the Prime Minister's outreach of sorts to the Christian community.
आप कल्पना कीजिए, जबलपुर में भारतीय जनता पार्टी की एक महिला नेता ने एक नेत्रहीन महिला को जिस तरह से गाली गलौज किया और उसके सामने उसकी छोटी सी बेटी के लिए कहा कि तू इसको धंधा कराने के लिए लाई है। ये शब्द है बीजेपी की एक महिला नेता। ऐसी बीजेपी को आपने सत्ता में देश के अंदर बिठा दिया है जो चर्च के सामने कल बरेली में हनुमान चालीसा का पाठ कर रहे हैं। भारत की पहचान राष्ट्रपिता महात्मा गांधी से है, भारत की पहचान गौतम बुद्ध जी से है, भारत की पहचान किसी हिंसावादी देश के रूप में नहीं है, भारत की पहचान गोडसे से नहीं हो सकती, गांधी से है, गांधी से रहेगी।